Hey there, Algebra 1. So glad to be with you again. Just praising God for His goodness. He is good all the time, and even in radical situations. Alright, so we're talking about solving equations with radicals today. 10.4 in the textbook, starting page 642. Okay, can you solve equations with radicals? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Hopefully after this video, yes, I'm going to teach you how, hopefully. Okay, main way to solve equations with radicals. So this is pretty much the gist of what I'm teaching you. Pretty straightforward. If you square both sides of a true equation, the resulting equation is still true. So just like what you do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other. So there's that balance there all the time. So if a equals b, then the square root of a equals the square root of b. Okay. If x equals 4, then the square root of the square root of x squared equals 4 squared. So there's a lot of balance going on right here. You should be able to see that. So let's see an example problem, and let's see if after that you'll be able to do it on your own. So here, what we're trying to do to make it more accurate and simpler, this is the steps you need to take. So in this example, there's a lot more than just, x equals 4 going on, okay? So we've got a lot more, but it's still the same process, so don't get too alarmed. All right, so if we've got the square root of a plus 5 plus 7 equals 12, this is the original equation, just written down. Let's subtract 7 from both sides. That gives us just 5, so 7 goes away here, cancel it out. 12 minus 7 is 5. That way, whenever we square both of these, it's just going to be much more simple, nothing else to calculate, it's just balanced, okay? So much more simple. So we've got this process, it takes away the square root, so that's left, and you're just left with a plus 5, and then 5 squared is 25, we know that. Okay, 5 times 5 is 25. So then we just subtract 5 from both sides and we have a equals 20. There, done. Video over, right? Okay, I promise you that it is simple. Let's give you a problem or two or maybe three to work on your own. All right, here's a problem. So it's a little bit difficult, I know. I don't have the line that can go over exactly what we're working with. I'm gonna get better, I promise, okay? But for right now, this is what we're doing. So the square root of c minus 3, so this is all under that radical. This is the radicand, remember? Everything under the square root symbol. Minus 2 equals 4, okay? So see if you can solve that on your own, and then we'll come back and make sure that we've got all this. Okay, so pause the video. Alright, hopefully you did, and you solved this. Okay, we've got the square root of c minus 3. Again, we just want to subtract 2 from both, or I'm sorry, add 2 to both sides to cancel out this negative 2. Then we're left with just this, the square root of c minus 3 and 6 on this side. Our next step is to square both sides. We square both of these. All right. When we do that, that takes away the square root. We're just left with c minus 3. And 6 times 6, or 6 squared, is 36. Then we just have to add 3 to both sides. And we're left with c equals 39. Okay, so hopefully that made sense. Hopefully you got pretty close to the answer. If not, let's give it one more try. All right, so here's one. Let you take a moment and see if you can get this one. Okay, pause now and try to solve it. All right, hopefully you did. And what we have here is 4 minus 4. We subtract 4 from both sides. Then we have the square root of h plus 1 equals 10. We square both sides. we're left with just h plus 1 equals 100. And then we subtract 1 from both sides, we're left with h equals 99. Did you get the right answer? I sure hope you did. Alright. Alright, hey, sorry about that. A little bit of choppiness. I'm just trying to finish up here. My wife was just getting home, and my dog likes to howl whenever she sees her, so trying to not be distracted myself. So this last one here, we've got the square root of 10 times h plus 1 equals 21. Okay, so how do we solve that? Let me give you a moment to just pause the video and solve that on your own. All right, hopefully you did that, and I'll walk you through the steps we took to get to our answer. Okay, so first we want to get just this square root on one side just by itself, and in order to do that we have to subtract 1 from both sides of the equation. That leaves us with the square root of 10h equals 20. Next step, we square both sides, so the square root of 10h squared equals 20 squared. Those cancel out, the square root and the square, they cancel each other out. We're left with just 10h, and 20 squared, 20 times 20 is 400. Okay. Then we divide both sides by 10 to get h by itself. We're left with h equals 40. Okay. Hopefully this made sense to you. If not, maybe take a moment, rewind, watch it one more time. If you have questions about this process, just let me know. I'd love to be able to help you. I love you guys. Go and be blessed.